Hi guys, in this one we're going to do a full tour of all my fish tanks and we're going to feed some food. So I was very lucky to be gifted a box of food from Tropical International. We're going to use some of the foods that they sent us. Also guys, I have a new phone, so a new camera. I have got new mics and I am also using a new editing app, and that's all on this one video. But also I needed to show you this. Check out the size of the leaf on this. This is an Alocasia gigantea, and this has been my dream plant for a long time. These can grow up to 10 feet. It's going to have to go down to the outhouse at the bottom of the house because that's the only place I'm going to get to grow it. Let's get right into the video. We have done lots of changes in the fish room and in the tanks out here. We are going to feature all those things in this fish room update. We have moved fish about. We have basically released some of the tension on this tank and moved some of the fish out of this tank into other tanks. We're not going to really feature the plants in this video. I'm always going to show them whenever I get the opportunity. So we are going to feed the fish, like I said, and these are the foods we're going to use. This was a nice gift that Tropical sent me. No holds barred, no expectation. They just saw me talking about their foods on a video and just said, can they send me some stuff? So I'm obliging by doing a feeding video. Let's see how these foods go down. But if you look at the range, you know, that carnivore one is basically like shrimp, dried shrimp. That's a gel food that you mix up yourself. Then you've got the Cichlid arowana, which is a colour enhancing, 4 different types of spirulina, and then you've got these different continent foods. So you've got the Africa, the Asia, and the America. And as you know, I already use Tropical range foods, and we're going to try some of these out in this fish room tour. So the choice of food I've chose for this tank, this is the Softline America, and as you can see, the ingredients is calanus, garlic, acanthocin, and insects. I can never say that word, you know. Let's just drop some of this in, and they're all on it. That's the first time that I'm fed these fish this food. This has got some really good ingredients, so for me that's the main thing. It's looking quite lively, this tank. This group of geos are absolutely outstanding. I do love them, and we did move the 2 Altifrons in here. The other ones there, right in the middle of all these Steindatnerai. These are the Cribro Harris Young. They're doing okay in here. Eventually, I think I'll move them into the front room tank with the Honduran red points when I finally get rid of the Waru. I don't know why that's floating. I keep squeezing it, trying to get it to sink, but it won't sink, so I don't know why. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. There's one of the Calico Bristlenose Plecos. That's mum. So there is actually 2 mums in here. There's the male. That's the most dominant male there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, I do love this tank, and it'll look great when we get some nice angel fish in it. Let's move on to another tank and feed some more of that food. So anybody that keeps plants and is watching this, I apologise because you're probably cringing right now. That crypt is such an amazing plant, it's just stuck at the top. What I will say is these Amazon swords have grown more in here with no substrate. So when I say substrate, the planted substrate, a couple of deadlies, I need to cut them off. But these have grown a lot more than they did in that other tank, which is absolutely ironic. There's loads of babies. I need to get control of this, don't I? But the food I'm going to feed this is the spirulina stuff, and it's a flake, because these guys love a flake in this as well. So let's get some flake in here. I also crunch the food up because they're so small, these fish. The water level's low on this tank because I've been using it to water my plants. But yeah, they love that. What I'm going to do is let these young grow to a decent size. I will take some to the shops. Such good fun as well. Look at the amount of fry, guys. Just breed for fun. Get yourself some endless, but you know what? I'd probably say get yourself some males if you can, because you end up with this. It's crazy. So I'm going to feed this Tropical spirulina and the chips. And look at this. Brilliant. There's little holes in the top of these so you can sprinkle it out, and I love that. These are great. I love those little sprinkle things. So it's 36% pure algae, spirulina based, and that's fantastic. And they're absolutely loving it. And I love to feed my fish spirulina type foods. Check out those ecoli. How nice are those ecoli? These albino ecoli are absolutely my favourite fish in my collection. I absolutely love these. Just to point out, when I'm doing my feeding with this tank, these Geophagus pyrocephalus redheads are absolutely, honestly, they kick 10 bells out of each other and everything else. They're not too bad tonight, to be honest with you. These little apistos are going to struggle with those chips though, because they're only little. There's the female, there's the male there. So they will probably pick up on the bits though. And a lot of people might say this tank doesn't look as good, but at the moment for me, I like the fact that it's cleaner. We need to probably give it another sand sift, because as you can see, there's still a lot of the muck from all the wood that was in there. But honestly, I'm loving it how it is. My tanks are going to be minimalistic, if that's the right word. But just look at those albino hecali. They are absolutely amazing, aren't they? And I know I keep saying it, guys, but come on. But regarding the food, they've absolutely loved it. Look at those two there having a face-off. So I was like this, fighting over. So they were fighting over a chip there, and there's how many chips are on the floor there? This is madness. They're only aggressive, these fish, when they're feeding. And I don't know why, because there's enough food to go around, but they just get really territorial with each other. The big ecoli is looking good. I could probably do with adding another 1 or 2 maybe of the normal type ecoli. But look at those pyrocephalus, aren't they something else as well? I really like the mix of the pyrocephalus and the ecoli in this tank. I'm loving it, honestly. It's stunning. There's the female Pistogrammus niceni. She's very lively. She's out and about picking up the bits. Right, okay, it's quite dark in this room and the Waru don't show up very well, but let's get some in the tank. I'm so bad, right, at filming and dropping food in. That is way over the top, but they'll probably eat it, and there is 2 plecos in there. Yeah, it's there's quite a bit been thrown in, but like I said, there's an L27 and that other pleco in here, so I'm sure they will polish that off in the end. Every time I do any kind of feeding video, it's 9 times out of 10 I throw too much food in the tank. I'm hopeless, honestly. This pair here literally just had some young, but I can't see any. So they could be in that cave. They live in that cave. This pair here live in that cave. And then the other pair are just floaters. They just float about, but they will go under this wood to breed when they want to. But the third pair don't breed as much as the others. And these Waru are up for taking. Anybody likes them, anybody's interested, reach out to me. I haven't advertised them, but the good thing is having the YouTube channel and having social media, it's allowed me to find people, and it's allowed me to find the right people to take my fish. And I'm willing to do good deals on my fish if I know they're going to the right tank. So like Trigger went to a 6x3, and then the L95's just gone to an 8x2. So that makes me feel better. And I did good deals with both fish. That pleco loves the algae ones as well. Look at these two trying to fend it off because it's going near the cave. Honestly, these little Andorran red pints, honestly, they're nowhere near as aggressive as the convicts, but they don't back down, I tell you. Check out all the wood on this substrate. That is the L27 that's done that. It absolutely strips the wood. I wish I didn't have the wood in here, but the L27, you know, they like wood because they chew on it, don't they? So yeah, I end up with this mess. Pleco poop and wood everywhere. Another good food with good ingredients. And these Andorran red points will absolutely benefit from having them as well. But actually that pleco, you need to polish all that up, because if not, I'm going to have to siphon it out. We're going to feed this tank now. And the choice of food is 2 types. So we're going to use the Cichlid arowana, but I broke them up. The true parrots hopefully will like them. And then we're going to use the Asia one. So in this is calinus, red pepper, fruit and insects. That's got really good ingredients, to be fair. And this is basically a colour enhancing food. Super colour enhancer, and it's a large stick floating. We'll drop these sticks in first. Yeah, they like them. Oh, they do like them. I always find that colour enhancing food always gets the fish attacking it. I don't know what it is, whether there's a smell or something, but they're straight on it, aren't they? Now we'll throw some of these smaller bits of food in, because there is a pleco and there's some catfish in there. There's a little convict and there's some smaller Braziliensis. So let's drop that in and see how that goes down. Again, me overfeeding. There's one of the woodcats there, look. That's just come out, so it can obviously smell something. It may come and eat something. Or it might wait till I've gone. But the aquadins is still here. Stunning, the aquadins, isn't it? And then the big Braziliensis. I know I give this tank a hard time, don't I? Every time I'm filming it, but the fish are lovely. I mean, that true parrot is stunning. The aquadins is stunning. Another little true parrot there. And then this group of Braziliensis, which are absolutely mean to each other. They just give each other an hard time. The big one there's stunning. That's got to be male, surely. Big nuchal hump on its head. It's the most dominant fish in the tank. And that true parrot. We don't really get a good look at this true parrot, do we? And there's me saying I'm going to get rid of it, eh? Who would get rid of that? It's stunning. And that. I'm not sure on the true parrot. I might have to keep that, you know. It's beautiful, isn't it? I have said I am being lazy. I'm being lazy. I'm not really listing these fish. So it's kind of, I am on a bit of a, if someone comes at me and messages me like the other fish, then I'll probably get rid of them, but I'm not sure. That woodcat's still there, wondering whether to come out or not. Look at the colour of the aquadins. It's popping, isn't it? Lovely fish. And I moan about this being, that I hate this tank, but there's some cracking fish in it, isn't there? So you can get really aggressive, that aquadins, when it wants to be. But they've polished that. In fairness, this tank is full of good eaters. They do eat really well. No, I've just noticed he's going back down. I need to get a piece of wood in here, really. I think what it is I just worry about size of tank. This tank is only 350 litres, so it's not big. It's about 100. It's about 90 to 100 gallon. And I think, you know, when you think the aquadins is going to get big, the true parrots are going to get big, the Braziliensis are going to get big. What I was thinking, though, is I could potentially move some of the Braziliensis on and keep the others, but long term this tank is not big enough for these fish. True parrots get quite big. And have you seen one of them when they're fully grown? They're absolutely massive, them aquadens. These are really aggressive, these Braziliensis. Way more aggressive than the true parrot, to be fair. Next tank is the big Waru tank with the male convict, the group of Tamasai cichlids, and these are the two Jarai that we moved down here. Choice of food for this is the spirulina flake, because obviously the Waru love spirulina. I'd guarantee that the Waru were going to eat the spirulina, but everything is on it. They love it. Check that out. Aren't them Jarai something else, eh? They are stunning. So these, I bought these as a pair probably 12 months ago now from Urmston Aquatics, and they used to belong to Luke, who works there. I've never ever had any breeding action for them, but I suppose that's just how it is. And they could actually be the same sex, we don't know, but how beautiful are these? Again, I think I've fed too much. Story of my life doing videos, honestly, guys, it's madness. Nothing from this group of Tamasai cichlids either. No pairing off, not seen anything. But if I'm being honest with you, I probably wouldn't notice. And we've had no spawns for a while from these two either. They did 3 spawns quite quickly, and now we've gone quite a while without them. But I did put these in probably a week ago now, so maybe that's upset the apple cart a bit, I don't know. But check out the tinge of blue in the big one's tail, it's stunning. These two Waru are absolutely fantastic. I love them, and absolutely complemented unbelievably by these Jarai. I have to say, guys, that earth eater fish, So I say earthy, you know what I mean, your geos, your gymnogeophagus, all your sifters, I'm well into them at the moment. But I have noticed in this tank, I need to get some more sand because obviously Trigger was in this tank and I didn't have a lot of sand in with him, especially to cover all that white stuff at the back because it's awful, isn't it? And we need to give it a good clean because the algae again is terrible. Check out the algae on that panel. Wow, so bad. But the fish are looking absolutely outstanding and they have absolutely polished that food off. The big guy, well, I say the big guy, it's a big girl, isn't it? Got that white stuff on its cheek again, gets it every now and again, it comes back and then goes, comes back and then goes. The big daft, aggressive male convict. Well, that food didn't last long, they really enjoyed that, but I knew they would. Spirulina goes really, my fish are used to eating spirulina, if I'm honest. They love it. And these Waru are just hoovering it up, aren't they? The last tank we're going to feed is this community tank, which is a South American community tank. And the food we chose for this is the African carnivore sticks. And the ingredients is herring, calanus, krill and insects. Now, what I would say, guys, is the ingredients that I've been reeling off in this video is unbelievable, isn't it? So one thing I'll say about this food as well is, let me just show you. It's a soft food, so it can stick together as well. So you can stick it together to make it bigger. Let's get it in. And they're on it. Again, I've overfed. Oh my God, that is way too much. There is a lot of fish in this tank though, guys. God, honestly, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not sure whether I told you in the last video or not, but I did lose the female angel not long after I said I was going to sell them, which was sad. Oh yeah, I did show you, didn't I? Because I showed you the actual fish in the video. There's the male angel. There's this group of Laticara araguaia, which are absolutely beautiful. I do love these. I did say before that the albino hecali were my favourite, but these are very close. These little, I just love these little dwarf cichlids, and I love that little checkerboard cichlid too. We've got the albino hoplo catfish. We've got a big, beautiful group of black neon tetras. This is a stunning group, and I've really had some good growth out of these. And then my babies, my baby angels, which were bred by the one you've just seen and the one we talked about losing. There is 4 of these left, so they're picking on the stuff at the top. Loads of little calico bristle nose plecos in there too, and if you just look about, sometimes you'll see them. Just notice over the back there, one of the Laticara are looking a bit stressed, so I need to keep an eye on that, so I don't know what's gone on there. And here comes the other albino hoplo catfish. Yeah, stunning tank, them albino hoplo catfish. Did a species profile on these not long ago. They're a beautiful fish. And actually, when it comes to albino hoplos, these are some of the nicest that I've seen, to be honest. Need to get some of these, some more checkerboard cichlids, because he's lonely on his own. But this group of Laticara araguaia are something else, guys. A bit of feeding, a bit of promotion of a food that I absolutely love. And just while we're on the subject, what got me into the tropical range was Andrew. So Andrew, if you're watching, thank you, mate, because you put me onto him. When I couldn't get my L95 to eat, he said, try the XXL algae tablets. So I did, and within 10 minutes of me dropping it in the tank, he was absolutely nailing them. And then to get good growth rate on my fry, I turned to the krill flake, and the growth rate in those Cribro Harris has been fantastic. So I believe in this food, guys. So I would highly recommend anybody to try it out. So that was this month's fish tour. So we'll call that December's fish tour. But I want to say a massive thank you to Tropical. If you're watching, Marcin, thank you so much for sending me that food. I don't do review videos where people offer contracts and stuff like that. It's just not my thing, not interested. That's enough of that. I want to say a massive thank you to everybody for all your support and for the follows, the subscribers, everything. It does mean a lot. For watching the videos, it's watching the videos that counts, right? So That's the main thing, and I appreciate everybody. But if you would leave a comment or you would leave a like, that would be even more appreciated as well. Anyway, guys, I'm going to call it a day, and I'll see you all on the next one.